in the boxes in places like the Serapium, which is probably my favorite site, because there's literally miles of tunnels beneath Saqqara. So it's like a giant underground necropolis. Inside the Serapium, you have 25 of these things, which are these single-piece, like 100-ton granite boxes. They're insane. It's absolutely insane. And this one in particular is in an off-limits area that we went into that's rarely seen by tourists. We couldn't make the box without developing specific tools to do it, because the way they'd make it is they'd cut like 5 slabs and then bolt them together, you know, like a floor and then 4 walls, and they'd bolt it together into a box. These are single pieces. So what's impressive about that is it's like you have to quarry this one block of stone and then dig it out. You have to dig all of the inside out, and some of the examples of precision in the Serapium are absolutely remarkable. You have perfect 90-degree corners in some of the boxes, perfect 90-degree interfaces with the lids, and some of these walls maintain that geometry from like being 11 feet apart. Like, that's insane. Like, that's one of the major challenges of this is in designing and maintaining that type of relative geometry in a space where you can't afford to make any mistakes.
The Serapium of Saqqara, nestled near Cairo, holds one of ancient Egypt's most puzzling enigmas. Enormous granite boxes, often considered to be sarcophagi. These immense boxes, carved from single blocks of granite with an astonishing level of precision, continue to baffle archaeologists, engineers, and historians. How did the ancient Egyptians craft these structures with such detail and accuracy, sparking ongoing debates about their origins? These boxes are far from ordinary stone coffins. Each is crafted from a single block of granite, known for its extreme hardness and difficulty to work with. Some of these boxes, complete with their lids, weigh as much as 70 tons, while the raw blocks they were carved from likely weighed over 200 tons. What's truly remarkable is the precision of the craftsmanship. The corners are perfectly squared, and the surfaces are so smooth they seem to rival modern machinery in accuracy. Achieving this level of exactness, especially millennia ago, raises the question: did the ancient Egyptians possess technology beyond what we've ever imagined? The interior of these boxes is equally awe-inspiring. While the smooth exteriors are impressive enough, the flawless precision on the inside seems even more impossible. How did they hollow out these massive granite blocks with such accuracy, given the tools thought to be available at the time? Copper tools, often credited to the Egyptians, would have been insufficient for the task, and the uniform thickness of the walls suggests the use of sophisticated measurement techniques far ahead of their time. Such uniformity in these boxes is unparalleled in other Egyptian artifacts, leading to more questions. Hollowing out these granite blocks would have required not just immense labor, but an advanced understanding of stone-cutting techniques that we still don't fully comprehend. Conventional explanations, primarily focusing on copper tools, fall short when compared to the remarkable precision of these boxes. How then did the Egyptians achieve this level of perfection? Some theories propose that the builders had access to lost technology, perhaps advanced tools or machinery, now forgotten in the annals of history. Researchers speculate about high-speed drills, diamond-tipped saws, or other sophisticated equipment. The notion of advanced technology in ancient Egypt is controversial, yet the evidence presented by these granite boxes continues to fuel this debate. Adding to the mystery is the question of purpose. While traditionally believed to be sarcophagi for the sacred Apis bulls, the excessive craftsmanship for mere burials raises doubts. Could these boxes have served a more complex function, perhaps related to energy manipulation or another unknown scientific process? This question remains unanswered and continues to intrigue modern researchers. Even transporting these massive boxes presents an engineering challenge. The narrow and winding underground tunnels of the Serapium would have made moving the 70-ton boxes an extraordinary feat, requiring advanced knowledge of engineering or transportation. Additionally, there are no visible signs of torches or burn marks in the tunnels. How did they light these spaces while moving such colossal objects? Despite the many mysteries, mainstream archaeologists attribute the precision and craftsmanship of the Serapium boxes to the skill and patience of ancient Egyptian stoneworkers. They argue that, over generations, the Egyptians perfected their techniques, achieving incredible accuracy through dedication rather than technology. Critics of the advanced technology theory maintain that there is no concrete evidence supporting the existence of machines or sophisticated tools during the time these boxes were created. Yet, as more of these boxes are discovered throughout Egypt, the questions multiply. Across the country, similar examples of giant granite boxes exist, each demonstrating the same level of craftsmanship and precision. This suggests the possibility of a forgotten technology, one far beyond what is traditionally accepted in the study of ancient Egypt. One example, found in the Cairo Museum, displays an irregular slanted cut that was likely abandoned due to an error in the process. But this mistake tells more than expected. It reveals the possibility of a highly advanced cutting method. The cut extends deep into the granite, an impossible feat with traditional copper chisels or saws. The precision hints at the use of circular saws or similar tools capable of cutting through granite with speed and accuracy. Traditional theories suggest that the Egyptians used slow copper-based saws to cut granite. However, modern attempts to replicate this technique resulted in an excruciatingly slow cutting rate of only 4 millimeters per hour. At such a pace, it's implausible that ancient artisans wouldn't have corrected the significant deviation seen in the error. The precision of the cut suggests the use of advanced machinery far beyond what is typically attributed to ancient Egypt. Similar saw marks have been observed on other granite boxes, some of which are also displayed at the Cairo Museum. These marks resemble those made by modern band saws, but appear to indicate an even higher operational speed. Contemporary granite cutting saws rely on diamond-encrusted blades, technology believed to be far out of reach for the ancient Egyptians. Yet the marks persist, challenging our understanding of the tools available in that era. Adding to the intrigue are the perfectly round tube drill holes found in various granite artifacts throughout Egypt. The depth and uniformity of these holes suggest the use of advanced drills, possibly equipped with diamond-tipped tools. One of the most striking examples is Core 7, a cylindrical piece of granite discovered near the Great Pyramids. The continuous spiral groove on Core 7 resembles the groove of a vinyl record. In fact, modern machinery that could produce such a result would require high-speed rotation and diamond-tipped tools, technologies not associated with ancient Egypt. Core 7's spiral grooves suggest a force and precision greater than modern power drills, raising the question of whether the Egyptians, or a lost civilization, had access to technology now lost to history. Across Egypt, the evidence of these granite boxes continues to challenge mainstream views. Could these artifacts have been created by a lost civilization with advanced technology? Or are we simply missing a piece of the puzzle regarding how the Egyptians worked with stone? The precision, craftsmanship, and technology evident in these objects suggest that they were made with methods we don't yet understand. The most extraordinary example of precision stonework may be the granite box discovered beneath the pyramid at Lahun. Within a polished granite chamber lies a tilted box with 4 corners so perfectly aligned that modern measurement tools reveal almost no discrepancy. Another similar box was found at Mastaba 17, buried beneath a pile of mud bricks. Both examples display precision that raises questions about their origin and purpose. Could these boxes have been repurposed by the Egyptians, who may have inherited them from a lost civilization? The mystery of these granite boxes remains unsolved. Could they represent the remnants of a prehistoric civilization with knowledge far beyond our current understanding? Perhaps this explains why these objects were later used by the Egyptians for seemingly simple purposes like sarcophagi. because they, like us today, did not fully understand their true purpose. High in the windswept plains of the Bolivian Altiplano, near the shimmering waters of Lake Titicaca, lies a place shrouded in mystery and ancient legends. This is Tiwanaku, once the heart of a mighty civilization, and its enigmatic neighbor Puma Punku, a site that challenges our understanding of prehistoric engineering. Amid these silent stones, questions echo through the ages. Who built these colossal structures? How did they achieve such precision without modern tools? And what secrets do they guard? Tiwanaku was first chronicled by Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. They marveled at its grandeur, speculating about its origins and the people who once thrived here. The site wasn't just a city, it was a ceremonial complex believed to be the spiritual center of a civilization that flourished between 300 BC and 1000 AD. Yet, some evidence suggests it may be even older, pushing the boundaries of known history. At the heart of Tiwanaku stands the Acapana Pyramid, a massive earthen structure faced with stone, rising over 50 feet into the sky. Nearby is the Kalasasaya Temple, home to the awe-inspiring Gateway of the Sun, a monolithic arch carved from a single block of andesite, weighing an estimated 10 tons. The gateway is adorned with intricate engravings, including a deity known as the Staff God, surrounded by winged figures. What do these symbols mean? Were they messages to the gods, or perhaps to future generations? But it is at Puma Punku where the mysteries deepen. The name means Door of the Puma, and it's here we find some of the most precise stonework in the ancient world. Enormous blocks of red sandstone and andesite are scattered across the site, some weighing up to 131 metric tons, the equivalent of nearly 200 African elephants. These stones are cut with laser-like precision, featuring perfect right angles, drilled holes, and smooth surfaces that defy explanation. How could a civilization lacking metal tools, the wheel, or even a written language create such marvels? Consider this. The nearest quarry for these massive red sandstone blocks is located approximately 10 miles away, across the Tiwanaku River and over challenging terrain. Moving such immense stones would be a formidable task even today, with all our modern machinery. Theories abound, from the use of llama skin ropes and earthen ramps to the more fantastical suggestions of levitation or other lost technologies. Furthermore, the intricate H-shaped and interlocking blocks suggest an advanced understanding of geometry and modular design. They fit together like pieces of a giant three-dimensional puzzle without the use of mortar. This technique is not only sophisticated, but also earthquake-resistant, a necessity in this seismically active region. As archaeologist Neil Brodie once said, "The stones of Puma Punku are a challenge to our understanding of ancient technology." Some researchers propose that the builders of Puma Punku might have used a form of proto-concrete or ancient geopolymer technology. This theory suggests that instead of carving the stones, the ancient craftsmen molded them using a mixture of local materials, creating the precise shapes we see today. This could explain the smooth surfaces and sharp angles that seem nearly impossible to achieve with primitive tools. Could the people of Tiwanaku have possessed advanced knowledge of chemistry and material science lost to history? Drawing parallels to other ancient sites, the precision and interlocking techniques at Puma Punku bear a striking resemblance to stonework found in ancient Egypt and at Machu Picchu in Peru. The granite blocks of the Osirian temple at Abydos, Egypt, display similar precision and mysterious construction methods. At Machu Picchu, the Inca used interlocking stones to create structures that have withstood centuries of earthquakes. Is this mere coincidence, or could there have been a transmission of knowledge across continents? Adding layers to this enigma, recent studies suggest that the stones at Puma Punku were aligned with astronomical events, such as solstices and equinoxes, indicating a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. As we delve deeper, the mysteries multiply. Were these structures built as portals to the heavens? Did they serve as astronomical observatories, religious centers, or something else entirely? Each theory more intriguing than the last. Some suggest that the builders harnessed acoustic levitation, using sound waves to lift and move the massive stones. Others speculate that they tapped into Earth's magnetic fields or possessed other advanced technologies now lost to time. And then there are the more controversial ideas. Could extraterrestrial beings have played a role in their construction? After all, some of the carvings resemble figures in helmets or suits, leading to speculation about ancient astronauts. One of the most provocative quotes comes from author Graham Hancock, who said, "We are a species with amnesia. We have forgotten something of great importance from our own past." While mainstream science approaches these theories with skepticism, the mysteries of Pumapunku continue to fuel debate and inspire new lines of inquiry. Adding to the intrigue are recent archaeological discoveries in the region. Underneath Tiwanaku, ground-penetrating radar has revealed subterranean chambers and tunnels, suggesting that much of the site remains unexplored. As we stand among the ruins, gazing upon the silent stones, we are reminded of the words of philosopher George Santayana. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Perhaps the true legacy of Tiwanaku and Pumapunku is not just in their stones, but in the questions they compel us to ask. Questions about human ingenuity, the transmission of knowledge, and the limits of our understanding. Until then, Tiwanaku and Pumapunku stand as monuments to a forgotten era, a testament to the heights our ancestors reached, and a beacon guiding us toward deeper inquiry. The silent stones speak volumes, if only we are willing to listen. Are we prepared to embrace the mysteries of our past to better understand the potential of our future? Beneath the shifting sands of Saqqara, a necropolis that served the ancient capital of Memphis, lies a hidden world, a testament to a civilization that grappled with the mysteries of life, death, and the cosmos. This is the Serapium, not merely a tomb, but a labyrinthine complex whose purpose continues to elude the grasp of conventional understanding. Discovered in 1850 by Auguste Mariette, a man who dedicated his life to unraveling the secrets of Egypt, the Serapeum presented a riddle that echoes through the centuries, challenging our very perception of the ancient world. Mariette, a figure steeped in the lore of Egypt, initially believed he had found the burial place of the Apis bulls, sacred animals worshipped as manifestations of the god Ptah, later syncretized with Osiris as Serapis. He meticulously documented his findings, describing a long vaulted corridor lined with chambers. Within these chambers he found them, 24 colossal granite boxes, each a monolith weighing upwards of 70 tons. These were not the rough-hewn sarcophagi of lesser burials, but masterpieces of precision engineering, their surfaces polished to a mirror sheen, their angle, their lids fitting so perfectly that a razor blade could scarcely penetrate the seam. The sheer scale of these boxes is staggering. Consider that they were quarried at Aswan, hundreds of miles up the Nile, transported to Saqqara, and then maneuvered into these underground chambers. How did a civilization, supposedly limited to copper tools and brute force, accomplish such a feat? Even with modern technology, moving and positioning these behemoths would be a formidable challenge. This alone should give us pause, should force us to question the simplistic narratives often presented about ancient Egyptian capabilities. But the mystery deepens when we examine the material itself: granite. Granite, a stone composed primarily of quartz, feldspar, and mica. Now, quartz, as any physicist will tell you, possesses a remarkable property: piezoelectricity. This phenomenon, first discovered by the Curie brothers in 1880, demonstrates that certain crystalline materials, like quartz, generate an electrical charge when subjected to mechanical stress, such as pressure or vibration. Conversely, when an electrical current is applied, they vibrate at a specific frequency. This is not some arcane secret. It's the fundamental principle behind a plethora of modern devices, from the humble quartz watch to sophisticated sonar systems used in underwater navigation. Investigative mythologist William Henry, a man who has traversed the globe in pursuit of ancient mysteries, recounts a personal experience that vividly illustrates this principle. While exploring Egypt, he encountered a towering granite obelisk, similar to those that once stood sentinel before ancient temples. Intrigued by its sheer size and the stories surrounding it, Henry struck the obelisk with his fist. And in response, the entire structure began to hum, a deep, resonant vibration that he could feel in his very bones. This was not a trick of the mind. It was a tangible demonstration of the piezoelectric effect in action. Now imagine those colossal granite boxes within the Serapium. Were they too designed to exploit this very property? Were they, in essence, colossal acoustic resonators tuned to frequencies we can barely comprehend? Could the ancient Egyptians, with their profound understanding of geometry and mathematics, have mastered the art of manipulating sound and vibration in ways that elude our modern comprehension? Enter Christopher Dunn, an engineer who, in his seminal work, The Giza Power Plant, dared to apply the rigorous principles of his profession to the study of ancient Egyptian structures. He meticulously measured the Serapium boxes, analyzing their dimensions, their internal volumes, the angles of their walls. His findings are nothing short of revolutionary. These were not haphazardly constructed containers, but precision instruments. Their proportions, their internal geometries, all suggest a deliberate design, one that strongly indicates these boxes were intended to resonate at specific harmonic frequencies, much like a finely crafted musical instrument. Dunn's work suggests a level of technological sophistication that is simply absent from the conventional narrative of ancient Egyptian civilization. Let's venture further, beyond the confines of physical engineering and into the realm of consciousness itself. Ancient cultures, spanning the globe, held a deep understanding of the power of sound to alter mental states. The Vedic traditions of India, with their intricate system of mantras and ragas, recognized the ability of specific sound vibrations to induce profound meditative states, to open the doors of perception to other realms of reality. Similarly, shamanic cultures, from the Americas to Siberia, employed rhythmic drumming, chanting, and the use of psychoactive plants to facilitate journeys into the spirit world. Could specific frequencies, generated within the resonant chambers of the Serapium, have served a similar purpose? Could they have induced altered states of awareness, facilitating out-of-body experiences, allowing the initiated to transcend the limitations of the physical body and commune with other dimensions? The air within the Serapium is thick with anecdotal accounts of strange phenomena. Visitors have reported experiencing heightened sensations, vivid dreams, even psychic experiences. Dr. Robert Schoch, a geologist and researcher who has extensively studied ancient sites, documents several such accounts in his book, Pyramid Quest. He recounts stories of individuals feeling a palpable energy within the chambers, of experiencing visions and receiving messages from unseen entities. Are these mere subjective experiences, easily dismissed as flights of fancy? Or do they hint at a deeper truth, that the Serapium was deliberately designed to unlock latent potentials within the human mind, potentials that our modern scientifically oriented worldview has largely ignored or suppressed? To understand the possible function of the Serapium, we must also consider the religious and cosmological context of ancient Egypt. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, a collection of spells and incantations inscribed on tomb walls and papyri, provides a fascinating glimpse into their beliefs about the afterlife. These texts describe elaborate rituals designed to guide the deceased soul on its journey through the underworld, a journey that often involved a profound transformation of consciousness, a journey that was perceived as a celestial voyage. The Egyptians believed in the concept of the Ka, a spiritual double that survived the death of the physical body. The Ka required sustenance and was believed to be able to travel between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. The rituals described in the Book of the Dead were intended to ensure the Ka's safe passage and its eventual union with the Ba, the individual's personality or soul, to form the Akh, a glorified spirit that could dwell among the stars. Could the Serapium have played a role in this process of spiritual transformation? The Serapium is inextricably linked to the cult of the Apis bull, a sacred animal that held a prominent place in the Egyptian pantheon. The Apis bull was considered a manifestation of the god Ptah, the creator god of Memphis, and later became associated with Osiris, the god of the underworld, forming the composite deity Serapis. These bulls were carefully selected based on specific markings and were believed to be incarnations of the divine. Greek historians, such as Herodotus in the 5th century BCE and Diodorus Siculus in the 1st century BCE, record a peculiar belief surrounding the Apis bulls. They state that these sacred animals were conceived by flashes of light or beams of energy emanating from the moon. They were associated with lightning, a phenomenon often interpreted as a manifestation of divine power or intervention. Could the Apis bull represent not just a sacred animal, but a symbol of this transformative energy, a conduit to other realms, other dimensions? Was the Serapium, in a sense, a stargate, a portal to the cosmos, hidden in plain sight, its secrets encoded in stone, in sound, and in the very fabric of ancient Egyptian belief? The answers, like the echoes of a forgotten technology, still resonate within those subterranean chambers. They beckon us to re-evaluate our understanding of history, to challenge the limitations of our current scientific paradigm, and to consider the possibility that our ancestors possessed a knowledge far more profound, far more advanced than we ever dared to imagine. The Serapium stands as a monument to a past that refuses to be silenced, a past that whispers of a future yet to be rediscovered. In July 2018, local workers digging for a new building struck something unmovable. Archaeologists were summoned, and as they brushed away centuries of sand and debris, they uncovered something unlike anything seen before. The sarcophagus was immense, featureless, and chillingly silent. Nearby, a weathered alabaster head was found, its features eroded into ghostly anonymity. Experts dated the site to the early Ptolemaic period, shortly after the death of Alexander the Great, and speculation exploded. Could this be the final resting place of the conqueror himself? Or perhaps a noble of great importance, lost to the ravages of time? The unbroken mortar seal around the lid suggested something extraordinary. The sarcophagus had never been opened. In a land where tomb raiders had plundered countless graves, this one remained a pristine mystery. Yet with excitement came unease. Whispers of a curse began to spread, fueled by memories of the legends surrounding Tutankhamun's tomb. Ancient tombs, after all, were often protected in death by dire warnings. Could opening this sarcophagus unleash an ancient terror? News of the find raced across the globe. Headlines blared warnings, and social media buzzed with dark humor and genuine concern. Some urged the team to leave it untouched, warning that the world had enough troubles without awakening a millennia-old curse. Egyptian authorities assured the public there was no cause for fear, but behind their reassurances, meticulous precautions were taken. Engineers, archaeologists, and military officials devised a careful plan to lift the massive lid without damaging the precious contents or disturbing something better left buried. The world watched breathlessly as the crane's straps tightened around the lid. Under the searing Alexandria sun, the granite cover groaned and shifted, millimeter by millimeter, until at last a gap appeared. From the darkness within, a wave of putrid air burst forth, so foul that seasoned archaeologists staggered back, retching. It was the stench of death, thick, noxious, and ancient. When the air cleared enough to see, flashlights revealed a grotesque sight. Instead of gleaming treasures or an immaculate royal mummy, there was only sludge, dark, fetid water mixed with disintegrating human remains. 3 skeletons lay jumbled within the murky, blood-red fluid. The sarcophagus, it turned out, had cracked over the centuries, allowing sewage to seep in and stew the contents into a macabre soup. Bones floated eerily in the reddish muck. Skulls, ribs, femurs, fragments of lives long past. There was no gold, no inscription, no signs of royalty. Just 3 nameless souls, now caught forever in a grim tableau. It was not the discovery many had hoped for, but it was far from a disappointment. Even in their anonymous state, the dead had a story to tell. Relieved that no supernatural force had been unleashed, the team carefully drained the sarcophagus and removed the remains for analysis. Joking to the press, Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, quipped, We opened it, and thank God we have not been cursed." His words were met with laughter and applause, but the mystery was far from solved. Initial studies revealed tantalizing clues. 2 of the skeletons appeared to be adult males. The third was a woman. One skull showed signs of a traumatic injury, possibly an arrow wound. These details hinted at lives entwined with violence, struggle, perhaps even tragedy. Despite the grandeur of their coffin, they were likely not royalty, but rather soldiers or prominent citizens of Alexandria's sprawling, bustling society. As conservators sifted through the muck, they discovered something unexpected. 3 small sheets of gold. Each bore faint incised drawings, delicate symbols whose meaning remains under study. Perhaps these were protective charms, meant to guide the spirits of the dead through the treacherous corridors of the afterlife. Small though they were, they hinted at a ritual significance to the burial, a quiet reverence for the journey beyond death. The absence of treasure only deepened the sarcophagus's allure. Its starkness spoke of a different kind of wealth, not of material riches, but of mystery and human drama. Why had these 3 individuals been buried together in such an enormous coffin? Why no inscriptions, no grand adornments? Was the sarcophagus reused, or did its creators intend it as a shared tomb from the beginning? Theories abound. Perhaps the sarcophagus was intended for a noble, repurposed when fate intervened. Perhaps it belonged to a family of soldiers who earned a hero's burial, though history forgot their names. Or maybe it was simply the work of those who sought to honor the dead with whatever grandeur they could afford. Whatever the truth, it remains locked in the bones, waiting for science to pry loose the final pieces of the puzzle. The black sarcophagus may not have contained a king, but it succeeded in capturing the world's imagination. In a single, silent monument, it crystallized our deepest fascinations. The allure of lost history, the thrill of the unknown, and the timeless human urge to connect with those who came before us. It reminded us that even in death, even submerged in sewage and decay, the past still speaks. No curse was unleashed, no apocalypse descended. Instead, the massive black coffin revealed something far more profound, the enduring echoes of human lives, imperfect, unheralded, yet still reaching across the centuries. In the end, it was not terror that emerged from the earth, but a powerful, humbling connection to our shared mortality. And somewhere, deep beneath other layers of sand and stone, other secrets lie waiting, silent and patient, until the day we dare to lift the lid once more.
Beneath the sands of Egypt, in a shadowy necropolis hidden just beyond the reach of Cairo's chaos, lie 24 massive granite boxes. So large, so precise, and so anomalous that even the most seasoned archaeologists are left speechless. Weighing up to 100 tons each and carved from some of the hardest stone on Earth, these ancient monoliths have sparked a debate that crosses the lines of history, engineering, and even the boundaries of our known science. Were they tombs, machines, or relics of a civilization lost to time? Today we journey deep into the ancient Serapium of Saqqara, where the mystery of the granite boxes continues to defy explanation. And what we'll uncover challenges everything we thought we knew about the capabilities of ancient Egypt.
Why would the ancient Egyptians carve 100-ton granite boxes and bury them underground in pitch-black tunnels? The Serapeum is a vast, subterranean complex dating back over 3,000 years. It was rediscovered in the 19th century by French Egyptologist Auguste Mariette, who stumbled upon a partially buried sphinx that led him to an underground world of vaulted chambers and tunnels. Inside were dozens of massive sarcophagus-like boxes, each housed in its own niche, some sealed and others open, revealing a haunting emptiness. Constructed from precision-cut granite and basalt, materials that rivaled diamond in hardness, these boxes weren't just heavy, they were machined with tolerances of less than a millimeter. Tool marks, sharp corners, and perfectly flat surfaces suggest a level of craftsmanship far beyond what was believed possible for the time. So why go to such effort? Egyptologists say these were sarcophagi for the Apis bulls, sacred animals mummified and buried with honors. But the dimensions, quality, and difficulty of the engineering suggest something far more complex. If these were tombs, why are many of them empty? And why such over-engineered perfection for cattle? Some of these boxes are too large to fit through the tunnels, so how did they get there? The logistics are baffling. Each granite box weighs between 60 to 100 tons, yet the tunnels that house them are narrow, winding, and chiseled directly into bedrock. If the boxes were made elsewhere, how were they transported? And if they were carved in place, how did workers manage it in near total darkness, without evidence of soot or advanced lighting? To this day, no one has reproduced the same kind of precision cutting using tools known to have existed in ancient Egypt. Modern engineers suggest that only diamond-tipped drills or advanced saws, absent in the historical record, could replicate these results. Even with today's machinery, maneuvering a 100-ton block underground without breaking it is a logistical nightmare. Could we be looking at lost ancient technologies, or even evidence of knowledge passed down from a civilization predating the Egyptians themselves? What if these boxes weren't just meant to house something, but to do something? Some researchers believe the granite boxes may have had an acoustic or energetic purpose. When struck, they produce a deep, resonant hum, almost like a tuning fork. The precision and density of the stone allows it to vibrate at specific frequencies. Could the ancient builders have used sound as a form of resonance, perhaps for ritualistic or unknown technological purposes? Interestingly, the Serapium itself seems to amplify this acoustic effect. Sound reverberates through the narrow halls, creating a disorienting echo chamber that seems intentional. Some fringe theorists even suggest that the boxes were part of an ancient energy system, akin to piezoelectric generators or harmonic resonance chambers. While these ideas sit far outside mainstream archaeology, they raise a tantalizing question. What if the Egyptians, or those who came before, understood sound and energy in ways we are only beginning to explore? What if the boxes are older than the pharaohs themselves? While the Serapium is officially dated to the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II, around 1250 BCE, the actual boxes may be much older. Some scholars argue that the quality and scale of the boxes don't match the rest of the site, suggesting they were repurposed or inherited by later dynasties. Weathering patterns and stylistic differences imply that the granite containers may have been built during an earlier, more advanced period, possibly even before the dynastic Egyptians. This aligns with theories of a forgotten pre-cataclysmic civilization that possessed advanced knowledge, later lost in a global upheaval. If true, these boxes could be among the last remnants of that lost chapter in human history. Despite decades of study, no one has provided a definitive explanation, and perhaps that's what makes them so compelling. Mainstream archaeology holds to the theory of Apis bull tombs, but the lack of inscriptions, the technical overkill, and the empty chambers raise eyebrows. Some of the boxes have inscriptions, though often crude and likely added long after their construction. This suggests they were retrofitted, not originally intended for animal burials. The absence of hieroglyphs on most boxes is unusual for ancient Egyptian monuments, which were typically rich with religious and ceremonial text. Were these boxes sacred for another reason? Or were they never meant to be seen? The Serapium's granite giants continue to whisper a story that doesn't quite fit into our current understanding of history. Whether tombs, resonators, or relics of a lost science, these massive boxes remain one of the most enigmatic archaeological finds on Earth. Their presence invites us to question the limits of ancient knowledge and reminds us that the past may still be holding secrets we're not ready or able to decode. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not the boxes themselves, but the silent intelligence behind their creation. If the mystery of Egypt's massive granite boxes left you stunned, just wait, because what scientists uncovered in India might be even more baffling. A colossal ancient structure, built with engineering that defies logic, is pushing the boundaries of what we thought ancient civilizations were capable of.
Nestled deep within the rugged landscape of Karnataka, India, a land already rich in ancient history and archaeological wonders, stands Malihabad Fort, a colossal enigma that throws into sharp relief the limitations of our current understanding of the past. While officially attributed to the 13th century Delhi Sultanate, a closer examination of this monumental structure reveals a narrative far more complex, more ancient, and potentially revolutionary. Malihabad Fort is not merely a medieval bastion. It's a palimpsest of history, with layers of occupation and construction that hint at a civilization lost to time. A civilization capable of feats of engineering that defy conventional explanations.
Ancient structures with astronomical alignments fascinate historians, archaeologists, and astronomers alike, as they offer a glimpse into the sophisticated understanding of celestial movements by ancient civilizations. These structures, often monumental, not only served religious or cultural purposes, but also acted as precise astronomical observatories, so we think.
We think it makes more sense, take the geology, take the astronomy. This monument has its origins 12,000 years ago.
The majestic pyramids of Giza have stood on the Giza Plateau, near Cairo, Egypt, for millennia, captivating us not just with their monumental architecture, but also with the mysteries of their celestial alignments. These ancient marvels, which include the towering Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Pyramid of Khafre, and the smaller Pyramid of Menkora, along with the enigmatic Great Sphinx and several smaller Queen's Pyramids, represent a pinnacle of ancient engineering and astronomical precision.
And that astronomical connection to the stars at that time says to me, we cannot divorce the ancient Egyptians from the Great Pyramid.
It's fascinating to think that the Great Pyramid, with its original height of 146.6 meters, held the title of the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years, constructed from an estimated 2.3 million blocks of stone. What really piques curiosity is the precision with which these pyramids are aligned to the cardinal points of the compass. The Great Pyramid's slight deviation from true north by just 3/60th of a degree is a testament to the ancient Egyptians' advanced knowledge of astronomy. They achieved this using the stars, particularly the circumpolar stars, which they deemed imperishable. Even more intriguing is the Orion correlation theory, which suggests the pyramid's layout mirrors the stars in Orion's belt. This celestial mapping not only connects the earthly to the divine, but also underscores the pharaoh's intended journey to join the gods in the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians' belief in an afterlife where the pharaoh, as a deity, would join the sun god Ra in his daily journey across the sky and through the underworld at night is reflected in the orientation and text of the pyramids. These were not merely tombs, but served as stairways to heaven, ensuring the pharaoh's soul could ascend to the stars. The alignment with Orion's belt, associated with Osiris, the god of the afterlife, rebirth and rejuvenation, further cements the pyramid's role in this divine narrative.
That is who Osiris is. His image is seen in the sky as the constellation of Orion.
Drawing a parallel, the ancient Mesoamerican city of Teotihuacan showcases similar astronomical knowledge and architectural grandeur. The main structures at Teotihuacan, notably the Pyramid of the Sun, the Pyramid of the Moon, and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, also reflect celestial bodies, echoing the pyramids of Giza's connection with the cosmos. This shared inclination towards understanding and integrating celestial phenomena into architecture highlights a universal human desire to connect with the universe, a theme that transcends time, culture, and geography. The stories these ancient structures tell of humanity's quest to understand the cosmos and our place within it continue to fascinate and inspire. Through their enduring legacy, the pyramids of Giza showcase the ancient Egyptians' remarkable achievements in architecture and astronomy. Continuing our journey through ancient marvels that blend architectural genius with celestial precision, let's turn our gaze to Chichen Itza. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in the Yucatan Peninsula is a dazzling testament to the Maya-Toltec civilization flourishing from the 7th to the 10th century AD. Among its many wonders, the Temple of Kukulkan, or El Castillo, stands out as a symbol of the Mayans' advanced understanding of astronomy and their calendar system. El Castillo is not just any pyramid, it's a four-sided structure with 91 steps on each side and one additional step at the top, totaling 365 steps. This clever design mirrors the solar year, encapsulating the Mayas' profound connection with time itself. But the marvels don't stop there. During the equinoxes, a play of light and shadow creates the illusion of a serpent slithering down the pyramid, culminating in a stone sculpture of a serpent's head at the base. This phenomenon draws crowds from around the world, eager to witness the ancient Mayas' ability to encode astronomical events into their architecture. The descent of this serpent symbolizes the return of Kukulkan, a deity associated with fertility and agriculture. This event likely signaled critical times for planting or harvesting, weaving the cosmos directly into the fabric of daily life and spiritual belief. But the pyramid's mysteries include auditory wonders as well. Claps at the base echo in a way that mimics the sacred Quetzal bird's chirp, perhaps intended to evoke the voice of Kukulkan during rituals. Looking beyond Chichen Itza, we find parallels in the ancient world that resonate with its astronomical sophistication. Machu Picchu, perched high in the Peruvian Andes, shares this celestial alignment, though it reflects the Incan mastery over the landscape and the heavens. Here, structures align with solstices, and the Intihuatana stone serves as an astronomical clock, much like El Castillo's alignments mark the equinoxes. Both Chichen Itza and Machu Picchu stand as testaments to their civilization's astronomical knowledge and architectural prowess. They remind us of the universal human desire to understand and integrate the cosmos into our lives, a theme as old as civilization itself. Through their enduring legacy, these ancient sites continue to captivate and inspire, offering glimpses into a time when the sky was a map, a clock, and a canvas to align our creations with the stars. Diving deeper into our exploration of ancient sites that masterfully intertwine architecture with celestial phenomena, let's venture to the Emerald Isle, where Newgrange stands as a preeminent beacon of prehistoric culture. This Neolithic marvel, predating Stonehenge and the pyramids of Egypt, was constructed around 3200 BC. Its architectural and astronomical precision speaks volumes about the ingenuity of its creators, revealing a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos that challenges our perceptions of ancient societies. At the heart of Newgrange is a massive circular mound, sprawling across about an acre, with a diameter of approximately 85 meters and a height of 13.5 meters. This structure houses a long passage stretching about 19 meters into the mound, leading to a cruciform chamber. The chamber's core-built roof, still waterproof after millennia, stands as a testament to the remarkable skill of its builders. Yet the true genius of Newgrange lies in its astronomical alignment. Each year during the winter solstice, sunlight streams through the roof box above the entrance, bathing the inner chamber in light for about 17 minutes. This stunning phenomenon underscores a profound connection with the solar calendar, illuminating the builder's deep astronomical knowledge. The purpose and symbolism behind Newgrange's alignment with the winter solstice have been subjects of fascination. Many believe it symbolized the rebirth of the sun, marking a period of renewal and rejuvenation. This alignment may have also represented a time when the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest, facilitating communication with the ancestors or deities. The discovery of human bones and grave goods within suggests that Newgrange served as a sacred space for burial or ancestor worship, playing a significant role in ceremonies related to life, death, and the cycles of nature. Drawing an intriguing parallel, let's consider Göbekli Tepe in present-day Turkey, a site that predates Newgrange by several millennia.
It's going to require us to reconsider our whole dating sequence on megalithic sites.
Known as the world's oldest temple complex, Göbekli Tepe's massive stone pillars arranged in circles and adorned with intricate carvings suggest an early form of star worship or an attempt to mark significant celestial events. Despite the vast differences in age and cultural background, both Newgrange and Göbekli Tepe exhibit advanced architectural techniques and a keen understanding of astronomical phenomena. Their construction not only served practical or ritualistic purposes, but also symbolized a deeper connection between the earthly realm and the cosmos. The spiritual and ceremonial significance of both sites likely made them focal points for gatherings and rituals, marking them as places where the community could engage with the divine. These ancient structures, through their enduring presence and the mysteries they hold, continue to draw us in, offering a window into the minds of those who built them and a reminder of humanity's eternal fascination with the stars and the natural cycles that govern life on Earth.